On the 16th of January 2025, Ogunbode Adedamola got missing and everybody was worried. He was a graduate of Lagos State University and he was 28 years old at that time when he got missing. That very fateful day, he told his girlfriend he was going to church and she shouldn't call him because she won't be answering his call when he's inside the church. And the girlfriend said, okay, no problem. As he left for church, that was the last time they heard from him. So everybody was worried about him. Everybody was calling him. His friends and family was worried about him. They thought he was missing. They started printing flyers. They started printing out flyers and everything. So they didn't see him for quite some time. So they decided to involve the police. Maybe if the people who kidnapped him decide to call, they were going to know how to negotiate his release. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So the police started their investigation. So they went to the bank and decided to check his bank transactions to see maybe something was going to be there to give them a clue, maybe what has happened. And his girlfriend, remember, he told his girlfriend he was going to church. And his girlfriend also told the police that, okay, this is what he told me the last time I spoke to him. He said he was going to church. And they actually picked that to the whole investigation. As they started investigating, they traced him to the church that he said he was going to. The church he was going to was owned by one Waputoji Sunday. Waputoji Sunday was the owner of that church and it was said to be a celestial church. Unknowingly to the whole thing, Waputoji was part of the people who actually committed the gruesome crime by killing this graduate of LASU University that very day that he said he was going to church. They robbed him of his money. 1.5 million naira was transferred to that Sunday's account, that's the pastor's account, and 100,000 naira was also transferred to the son's account of that Waputoji Sunday. The police started doing their investigation. They got his bank statement. They saw the transaction that has actually occurred, the money that has been removed from his account, and they held that as evidence. And they started asking the man, have you seen Ogunbode that day? He said no, he hasn't seen Ogunbode. With further persuasion, they also saw some other suspects. They also caught some other suspects in connection to the crime, and one of the suspects' name is Sheriff Adebayo. They caught the suspect, added with the what they have actually gotten from that transaction, and they saw that Sunday's name that has received 1.5 million transferred from that boy's account, and they were asking questions. They started asking questions with more persuasion. He confessed to the crime. There was some other fleeing suspect that flew all the way to Benin City and Benin Republic, that the police actually went there and apprehended him and brought him back to Nigeria to actually face justice, to give more light to the investigation that they are actually carrying. And they all confessed to killing that Ogunbode and removing some of his parts and burying him in a shallow grave around the church premises. And it was shocking for the whole people of Lagos. It was shocking for the students of Lagos State University. It was shocking for the friends and family of Ogunbode because they weren't expecting that. They said Waputoji, who was a prophet in that church, was behind the killing of Ogunbode. They dismembered some of his parts. They removed his private parts, removed some of the parts of his body, and buried him in a shallow grave in the church premises, around the church premises. So police did their investigation and they took them to the place that they actually said that they buried this Ogunbode, and they exhumed the body. What made everybody surprised, what actually shook the whole people when they were digging him from the ground, was the sign that they actually placed underneath the grave. They placed the sign to show how cruel they are and how diabolic they are. They placed the sign underneath that place. They don't draw a sign to show that they have committed a crime in that place. That place was a burial ground. But I don't really know what that sign, what the meaning of that sign was, but that was what was said in the news and the whole documentary I actually watched in regards to this case. It was very shocking. But right now, they have all caught all suspects in regards to this crime, and they are going to be facing justice. That is what the students want from LASU, and that is what the family and friends want to be given, so that everybody will face the maximum of the crime that I have committed. Ogunbode was just 28 years old, and his life was cut short by these people that he trusted, by these people he goes to receive the word of God from. And a lot of people have been saying things like, prophet, it doesn't really matter where your religion is, whether Islam, whether Christianity, whether traditional worship, they hide under this veil of being men of God and killing innocent people and defrauding innocent people and robbing innocent people of their valuables, of their life, of their wealth, and other things that cannot be mentioned in this video. And it is a crime. It is a crime for them to be doing a lot of things, because we have seen a lot of ritual killing of different clerics of different religions committing such crimes, and they need to be put to justice. They need to be put to wherever they need to be put to, so that other people will learn from this and not want to exploit some citizens that is already living a peaceful life or living a life that they are already living. We need to understand that it's not everybody that is called, that they call themselves men of God, that are truly men of God. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe